It is currently December 1st, 2021, and you have found The Casual Hour, a podcast ostensibly about video games, but mostly about cutting your sandwiches from corner to corner at an angle. I'm Bobby Pease, your host. Joining me, the gamer on the go right beneath me, Chase Kinnicky, and over diagonally, that's not an 80s goth singer. That's Johnny Amizich.
Thank you. It's Wednesday.
It is Wednesday.
It's Bobby. So wait, do people not do that with their sandwiches? Is that a contentious thing?
I've seen people at work. Who have.
Boy.
This is your sandwich.
They're vertical cutters. They're vertical slicers.
They're like either depending on how you're holding it. Like it's not at an angle. It's like directly across or vertical. And I feel real bad for them.
That's monstrous. Why would anyone do that?
And here's the other piece.
I usually just eat it whole.
Well, yeah. I mean, but if you're gonna cut the sandwich,
you do it.
I'm telling you all right now. If you cut at a triangle and you eat the most acute angle first of that sandwich, it just hits different. It just tastes better. It tastes better.
Okay, so I can understand the theory of why somebody would cut the sandwich. What do we want to call it? Hot dog style.
What now?
Like hot dog versus hamburger. When you were in school and you cut shit. You cut paper. You talk about cutting something hamburger versus hot dog. Vertical versus horizontal.
It must be a Missouri thing.
Jesus Christ! I guess Illinois didn't give you any sort of education.
They gave us fucking reflectors on the road though.
Well,
it's
you win some, you lose some. Okay, so I get the theory though, because if you do cut it into triangles, you're gonna have one that is all heel and the other one that's all top, and like all the top crust, like if you cut a piece of bread like in a triangle, the all top is the one you want. The heel, the bottom, that's the shit part of the bread.
Yeah, that's what you give the ducks.
So I get exactly. So I get where somebody goes, hey, if I cut it this way, just down the middle, and now I've got these two halves, it's an equal amount heel to top. But I say, fuck that. Eat the heel part first, because let's get this shit over with, and then it's all heaven to finish off. Like it's all the best part of the sandwich.
I mean,
heck of a
but it's also it's all still a sandwich, and sandwiches are inherently good. So
also true.
What's better, a hot sandwich or a cold sandwich?
Depends on the sandwich.
Depends on the sandwich.
You can't just ask a question like that.
Yeah.
What about a ham and cheese sandwich?
It depends on my mood.
No, it can't depend about the sandwich or the mood. It has to be one or the other.
I can't even think about the last time I had a ham and cheese sandwich.
Yeah.
That just seems
okay.
That seems like you can do
Is the
better.
bread toasted? Am I like putting this in a frying pan and making like a grilled ham and cheese?
If you toast the bread, it's already a hot sandwich, Johnny.
No, not like, I mean, am I like spreading butter, putting it in a frying pan, or is it just like toasted bread?
I'm talking about a hot ham and cheese is made this way. You toast your bread separately, slab of butter or a knob of butter, depending on where you're from, in the pan. Dice up some ham and cheese, melt it up in that, place it into the toasted bread, and then flash that bread in the leftover ham butter, and then eat that shit cut at an angle.
I mean, that sounds delicious.
It is.
No, it sounds like you are putting a ton of effort into making what is essentially a child's sandwich when you could just make a better sandwich.
Chase.
You could make like put some fucking salami on that. Like there's better meats.
Club. Sure. I'm not here to beat any meat.
If all you got is ham, then
exactly. If all you have is ham, you fucked up. Do better.
Stuff. I haven't been in the grocery store this week. All I have left is some ham. I've eaten the other meats. I'm not too good for a hot ham and cheese.
There's nothing. What do you mean?
Huh?
What do you mean you're too good for it?
No, I said I'm not too good for a hot ham and cheese.
I'm too good. I'm too good for a hot ham and cheese.
This can go on for a while. Here's what I'll say. We're going to have to devote some serious time to our culinary.
You got us talking about sandwiches, and it's.
I will say this much: we are episode 248 of the Casual Hour. Currently, we are going to be talking about all the games coming out in December. We're happy to have you here with us. Here's what's crazy. This is what's really crazy. This is one of 2 episodes before Game of the Year, and
you keep doing this, and it feels like Game of the Year should be further away right now and not closer. Yeah. Also, we got Colin in the chat here who says his favorite sandwich is a PB and H, and I want to know what the H is.
Peanut butter and honey, bro. Peanut butter and honey.
No.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Honey, and he's right.
I mean, it's fine. It's.
I love a piece of toast
honey soaks in the bread.
Like the H key is right next to the J key. I'm pretty sure you just
don't you dare.
You just misclicked there. You meant to hit J and you hit H.
Speaking truth. Tonight's episode, we're going to tell you about the games that we've been playing. We're going to tell you about our picks from November. Did they hold up? We're going to tell you about our picks for December. And this is going to be our last preview episode until 2022, which is nuts to talk about.
There's no more months. We ran out of months.
So we could be talking about sandwiches, but we got a lot to cover tonight. So if you're here with us tonight...
I mean, last sandwich thing. Yeah. Last week was Thanksgiving. We're all loaded with Thanksgiving leftovers, I'm sure. I've been having some pretty banger turkey sandwiches that I've just been slathering in barbecue sauce. Ooh. And it's been heaven. It has been a good week for some sandwiches. Damn good week.
Slather them in your cranberry sauce next time.
I'm not a cranberry sauce guy, but that's okay.
Here's what you can expect tonight. We're going to break those things down. If you're watching this with us live, we're going to be showing you some trailers later on in the episode and talking over those for some of the games coming out. So please stick around. It's going to be a lot of fun. If you're tuning into this via a podcast, go back and watch our video on demand. So let's get right into it. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. I'm fucking excited to be seeing both of you and hanging out. Let's talk about what you've been playing, Chase. What's new? How are things? You had a holiday week.
I mean,
what have you been doing?
Exactly. I had a holiday week. It meant that we've had 2 weeks since our last podcast. I've had a ton of time to play a bunch of new games.
Yep.
I did not spend any of that time playing new games.
Fantastic.
I take that back a little bit.
At least we're consistent.
Yeah, Johnny and I did do the first episode of our new show that is on my YouTube channel at Chase K Plays. We are what the hell did I call it, Johnny? Johnny and Chase's, Chase and Johnny's. I've got
amazing, excellent Nuzlocke adventure. I think
there you go. Yeah, no Journey. It's the Bill and Ted reference. Adventure. No, it is adventure. Chase and Johnny's excellent Pokemon Nuzlocke adventure. Part 1, Why Buffalo. It's out. You can watch it now. It's fun. The game crashed on us once.
We got the link in chat, by the way. If you take that YouTube link, you can go and check that out. It's really, you guys did a great job.
Thank you. I think it's going to be a ton of fun.
Yeah. Nuzlocke is fucking crazy to me.
Nuzlocke has a few simple rules that are designed to make the game harder. Pokemon, a relatively easy game, no matter how you slice it. People have gone out and found
from corner to corner
rules.
Is the proper way to slice it.
Exactly. Thank you. Much appreciated. But people have gone out. They've tried to find new rules, new restrictions you can put on yourself to make the game more difficult and potentially more fun.
Sure.
And I've never done one of these runs before because they seem hard. And I don't go to Pokemon to play a hard game. I play Pokemon to have fun, to collect, to do that kind of stuff. But I thought with the new Pokemon remakes, Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, that this would be a fun time. I remember those games relatively well. I think I told you, Johnny, on that first episode, I've probably put the most time into Diamond and Pearl.
Like 400 hours or something like that.
It was a lot of hours. It was one I remember playing, in high school and into college, and I just played it a ton. There was a lot of stuff to do. Gen 4 has a ton of legendary Pokemon and mythical Pokemon to go and collect and do a lot of side adventures with that. Just found a lot of time to play it. Okay. So I think, okay, I know this game pretty well. Let's come in. Let's do the remakes. But to kind of, I threw a bunch of additional rules on there. I want to play the game only using my knowledge from Gen 4. I don't want to bring in any ideas of what's going on with these new remakes. I've been on a pretty solid media blackout, so I honestly don't know a ton. about these remakes and what they've changed. Johnny and I are kind of discovering that, or I'm discovering that as we play the Nuzlocke. Johnny has also been playing the game separately, correct, Johnny?
Yeah. Yep.
Which is fine. And I'm happy for Johnny to do that. But when I play this for the run, know that I have not been playing any more of this game other than what's being played on the Nuzlocke. And I suppose the quick look that I did with Bobby, that's up there too. So that plays a little bit further than where we are in the Nuzlocke. So the next time we do a new episode, Johnny and I will get past the quick look, and then it will be back to only the stuff I remember from Gen 4.
Yeah.
Which means I don't have a lot to say about these Pokemon games. Because I've only played a couple of hours. Like, not even that. I played 1 hour. That's how far Johnny and I got.
Yeah.
In the Nuzlocke.
In the Nuzlocke, but I'm not playing the game outside of the Nuzlocke. So I don't know anything more about these games. I know you both have been playing. You probably know more.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only really new game I've been playing. I've been playing a shit ton of Animal Crossing. The more I think about it, the more I really, really like the new update that's out there. I'm having a lot of fun with Happy Home Paradise.
I know. I really dig it. Sarah really digs it. We should. Well, thank you for that follow. We should get everybody back together to hang out and do that.
Sure. Don't come to my island right now because it is extremely under construction. Everything is not where it should be. I moved my house so I could build up a whole new side of the island.
Man.
I have to move it back. It's
doing a lot of stuff. That's exciting.
So, Chase,
oh yeah.
If we could, with your permission.
Sure.
Is it possible? So I know that you put in our notes here, like, and you're trying to be respectful of the Nuzlocke and keep that pure.
Absolutely.
Johnny, how many hours do you have into? You're playing Brilliant Diamond, right?
Yeah.
Where are you sitting?
I'm at 6 or 7 hours, I think.
All right, I'm about 14 hours right now. So
okay.
And I want to be clear. I kind of know where you're going, but I want to be clear. The Nuzlocke does not dictate that I can't know any, like a normal Nuzlocke.
Sure.
I'm adding a bunch of additional rules on here that I think are more fun for me and potentially more fun for Johnny to be a part of that. But I could be playing this game more if I wanted to. In fact, a lot of Nuzlockers know the games they're playing really well, so they can make more educated guesses as they play. They can figure out, they can manipulate the way they catch Pokemon, so they know they can get a better Pokemon in some instances. And they know like how to do type matchups on everything that's showing up on any random trainer. And I'm adding some extra difficulty for me in this because I think it'll just be funnier to do it that way.
Sure.
So I'll
keep it pretty general here.
I mean, if you guys want, I can just dip out for a second. You can text me when you're done talking.
I don't think you need to do that, man.
Okay.
So
do you guys like these new remakes?
Yeah,
I think so. I don't like the overworld art much. The more I think about it, like I don't like the choices they made, and I'm just really confused by like I'm gonna get some of my negative thoughts out up front because I don't have a lot of them, but I don't want to be the old fucking dude who grew up with Pokemon talking shit about Pokemon as an old man. But what I'll say is that
like something I would do.
Right. I'm really confused as what they're doing. They've got now Let's Go, Pikachu and Eevee. They've got Sword and Shield. And now they have this. And they're 3 fucking different art styles.
And Arceus coming out early next year.
And so
also completely different.
I just think that like it's really fucking bizarre, some of the things. Like I said on our group chat, like they look like tater tots. Like they look like fucking tater tots.
Yeah. So I my Let's Go save data did not transfer from my old Switch.
Same. Shocking.
And I was bummed because you get a Mew if you have that save data. And so I borrowed my sister's copy of Let's Go Pikachu. And I fired it up long enough to make a save. And I was like, holy shit, this looks so much better
I know.
Really glad.
than Brilliant Diamond. And
it plays like shit. Like I wish. How is there still no Pro Controller support in that game?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
It's ridiculous. You can play that game handheld mode, and you don't do any of the motion shit. Why can't I just play it with the Pro Controller because it would be the exact same thing?
I think that it looks.
I just remember that all over again.
Fucky, in my opinion, but when I'm playing it, like so Gen 4 was some of my least favorite when I did my crazy run through Pokemon, and we established this on our quick look where it's just like, hey, you went from playing a remake back to a classic, and you did that to yourself. So it's not the game. So I'm happy to be experiencing it because I am enjoying the story and I'm enjoying the Pokemon a lot more this time around.
Yeah.
But fuck, man, like this game is kind of boring in the sense that like it's just, I don't know if it, like if I've gotten really fucking good at Pokemon or if the game's very easy. But the other thing too is like I don't remember. I feel like all I'm seeing are fucking Geodudes, man. Which he's a great Pokemon. But like it's Geodudes everywhere in this game.
Yeah.
And,
it's been a lot of Geodudes.
I think that some of the stuff they brought over makes sense from Gen 8. But when I look at what's going on with it, like the art is pretty invasive in my opinion.
So hang on, I want to explore that a little bit. What did they bring over from Gen 8? Because what I've experienced so far is that TMs are still single-use items, which I thought we got past. I thought we were at a point where we...
Going back.
Okay, so it is similar to Sword and Shield in that they give you multiples of...
Right. Yeah.
I guess Sword and Shield called them TRs or something.
Yeah.
Those were like the ones that were consumable, and then TMs are one you could use all the time.
Over again.
So like when you get a TM, it's like, hey, here's like 3 TMs of this TM.
Okay, that's
triples makes it safe.
Fine,
triples
I suppose. So I haven't gotten this far yet in the Nuzlocke. What do they do with HMs? Do we have Pokemon
Bidoof.
that just do HMs?
It's Bidoof, just shows up and takes care of it for you.
Push, he can cut, he can fly.
So we're back to
Bidoof is best boy.
He's
why? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? You figured out a better way. Why? God damn it.
Here's the thing, man.
No. It's not a Bidoof in your party. It is.
Yeah, it's just a random Bidoof. Like
it's a Bidoof.
Chase, if you were to cut down a tree, a fucking Bidoof will just show up out of nowhere and cut it down for you.
Yeah.
This might be game of the year?
Yeah.
Is this what I'm hearing?
Bidoof is loose, baby.
Holy shit. Okay, alright. You know what? Let's go. Let's fucking go.
There ain't no rock big enough. There ain't no tree tall enough that my Bidoof can't fucking handle. You got a fucking problem, Boof will climb it. And yes, I did just combine Bidoof to Boof.
Sure.
My boy Boof. Holy shit, Bidoof rules.
Do you get to name it?
No, dude, when I say that, like, this is literally just like it literally comes on. It's like this little animation, and it's Bidoof. It plays a sound, and then the tree fucking goes away.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
So in a way, here's the thing: Brilliant Diamond is really just let's go Bidoof and weird fucking clothes. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Pokemon Let's Go Bidoof sounds like a pretty good pitch to me.
No. Chat with Colin here weighing in says my favorite Pokemon games were on the DS and 3DS. I don't know who here on the show would probably. Anybody who's a fan of the 3DS is going to be a fan of Chase Kinnicky here.
I mean, you're right. I Sun and Shield. I did. Or Sun and shit. Sun and Moon.
Sun and Shield.
Were not my favorite ones.
I never played X or Y all the way through.
I think X and Y are pretty good.
X and Y are fucking. I love those games so much. God, I love X and Y. They might be my favorite. They might be up there for me.
I still think Game Boy Advance are probably
Blue's always going to be super tender
Fire Red
for me.
Fire Red's so good. Fire Red makes up for the fact that I hate I think I don't like all that
Johnny
fucking
just
water.
Broke my fucking audio when he went Fire Red. It literally sounded like a robot on a bender.
Did he break? Sorry. Oh, whoa, he moved. Okay, I thought it broke him entirely.
Here's the thing. Let me just put this out there. We could talk about this for a while. I want to be respectful.
Good.
We can't go down some paths. Johnny, is there anything that we need to discuss with Pokemon that is safe for Chase that you want to put out there?
No, it's Pokemon. It's a known quantity. The art style's not great when you're in the overworld. There are some good things that it does because it's still Pokemon at the end of the day.
That art style is really disappointing because when you get into the battles, looks great. It looks like Let's Go, and
looks really good.
Like this is perfectly fine. Make the whole game look like this. That's
I don't know. I started out not minding it so much, but the more I play, I was just like, this. I don't like this. This irritates me for some reason.
Well, let me ask one last question here. This might break me a little bit for the Nuzlocke, but I'm going to say it's okay. I've heard stuff about legendaries. There's a way to get legendaries in this game, mythicals, whatever. I haven't heard too much about Pokemon that aren't in this generation. Like, what are they? Is there any Sword and Shield Pokemon in here, or are they saying these are general remakes and we're just doing Gen 4 shit? Okay, so not even regional variants. They're not even doing the Let's Go thing. That breaks. I guess I understand. They go back to their thing of like there are too many Pokemon, we can't put them all in one game. But that's what you've done with remakes in the past. You've had fun with them. Now maybe there's some like sort of national dex thing that happens that changes stuff once you beat the Elite Four or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I know that they did say that Pokemon Home support is coming in 2022
next year.
And I've been trying really hard to trade a level 5 Geodude for a bunch of shiny legendaries, and nobody's taken me up on it yet. So I'll keep trying.
That's actually kind of surprising.
There's no Wonder Trade. That's so.
Whoa. Okay, that sucks.
I just been going into these rooms and talking to a bunch of dudes with guitars trying to get their Pokemon, and they won't take my Geodude.
Now, Bobby, I have heard that there has been multiple duplication glitches for this game,
really
and now legendaries.
Game. Yeah, shiny.
So there's a shit ton of legendaries out there. People are kind of trading them all over the place. So I am a little surprised you haven't gotten any takers.
Look, my Geodude level 5. Somebody's going to give me something really good, and I'm going to go all the way to the top with it. Chase,
man, the fact that there's no Wonder Trade is so disappointing. Though
I know.
Anything else that you want to talk about game-wise before we move on?
SD Gundam G Generation Genesis is really good, and let me tell you about my current team. I've got a Gian Eos that I'm really excited about. It's good. It's pretty fire. The Queen Mansa still.
I don't see that in the note here, and I don't know how to put it into our note here. What is this?
No, I mean I could write Hamon Karn is the Queen of Space over and over again if that would make you feel better. But
makes me feel better.
We should probably just move on. Okay. Johnny, you haven't even met Hamon Karn yet. I can't wait for you to. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there sooner rather than later, and I'm so excited for when you do. But
I'm very excited too.
I'm excited for all of us to get together in person. And
Bobby's excited for us to move the fuck on to somebody else.
Colin.
Bobby, what have you been playing?
Colin's asking who would make that trade with me. That Geodude's real special. Everybody should want that Geodude. All right, y'all. I gotta tell you about a game that has completely captivated me. And what if I told you that there was a game that combined building a community around building rockets? You're a rocket enthusiast. So it's like parts of a adventure game. It's also part of like a sim. And also it's about
what if Kerbal Space Program got a YouTube channel?
There you go. I'm playing Next Space Rebels, and holy shit, I fucking love this game. It's so goddamn
We did
good.
a quick look on this. This was fun.
It's not out yet. The quick look is not out. It's coming. And yes. Next Space Rebels hit Game Pass day and date of its launch. It's $20 right now. I believe it's on Steam and Xbox only. There's a fake YouTube in this. So if you go to the website for Next Space Rebels right now, it is just a StarTube page, which is their YouTube.
That's awesome.
It's got some parts of like FMV in it. It's got a really impressive. So, sorry, I'm getting on a tangent. There's 3 like core attributes of this game. One of it is that you're running your own YouTube channel, or in this case, a StarTube channel, and you're engaging with your audience. You're using hashtags. You're trying to figure out the algorithm. which has been really fucking crazy considering the year that we've had moving over to Twitch and YouTube the way that we have and trying to understand what that is. But then the other part of it is more like you're having this kind of like sim relationship thing with the people that hang out on your StarTube channel, and you're doing multiple choices with them. So it's almost like it's reminiscent for me of like a boyfriend dungeon. Colin, thanks so much for stopping by. It was really great to have you hang out.
Hi, Colin.
Enjoy some Nuzlocks and some of those ROMs, and we'll see you next time. But for me, it's one of those things where...
So, wait, boyfriend dungeon. Oh, you mean like the way the text messages work?
Yeah, like the texting and then how you would engage with or without people. Like you can choose to do that here.
Okay.
But then there's this really fucking crazy... Think like you have a scratch pad or a notepad where you're designing a rocket. So you build it out and it tells you like, hey, you have these resources to build your rocket. Well, when you do it, it goes into this super impressive, like imposed realism of building this rocket in real life. And then you go and do like this found footage launch of it with all these mechanics. And then you upload that video.
It almost looks like AR. Like,
yeah, it's nuts.
Like there's a real world going on here, and then this thing is getting built that is still pretty obviously, computer polygons, but it looks real enough and it's in a real environment that you kind of let the imagination go, and you're like, yeah, this is happening. That's cool.
Dude, this game, it scratches so many itches that like I have when it comes to gaming these days, and I gotta tell you, like, it's been a late contender for a pretty big splash for me on what it's doing, because I think it does it so well. And it's a game that I can put 5 minutes in and feel very good about that. Like, hey, I built one rocket, I had a video uploaded, that's really cool. Or I'll put a couple hours in and I'm downloading new parts. Like, I've upgraded my program to where I have a grid now, and I can use, like liquid gas and all this other crazy shit. And I have different parts where I can...
Okay.
Dude, it's so fucking good. Like,
it's really cool. You showed it to me briefly last weekend, I think.
Yeah.
It's definitely one that I needed to find some time to play it, because it seems really neat.
Game Pass too. I mean, like,
yeah.
I think $20 is pretty low hanging fruit for this, and it goes some places with the story. And there's some like whoever did this, because there's some fake YouTube videos in the comment section. They really nailed what's going on there. Like they did such a they did such a good
job. Some of those were so spot on. It was
it's less toxic than real YouTube, but
for sure.
It still touches on it. You still get the hints of like, oh, this is YouTube. This is what YouTube happens on YouTube.
They did a YouTube. Yeah.
It's really good.
What I think is really impressive, Bobby, you kind of touched on it there a little bit when you're talking about the scratch pad, but I've watched people play Kerbal Space Program before, and that game is meant to be not the hardest thing. Like, you're supposed to be able to put stuff together and make it go, and with a couple of adjustments, you can get something that can fly. But this really is easy. It's dragging and dropping these kind of sketchy drawing pieces on a flat 2D thing. Like Kerbal, you have to worry about making it 3D, making sure that everything is balanced. In this, you're just doing it on a piece of paper. You're dragging and dropping stuff, and it kind of lets you put anything anywhere. And then it just assembles it. It's good to go, and you press let her fly and see what happens. And it's just so easy to go in and tinker with your rockets. It seems really cool, and I think even just that would be neat. The idea that they've actually built some interesting story stuff, some kind of, I can't tell exactly if there are branching paths exactly, but but just the hint that there might be,
and
I think is interesting enough. It seems
the music seems really good too. From what I heard,
the whole package is so well done. Like, I'm just very impressed with what they're doing. Go check this game out. Again, it's $20, but highly worth it. I really like Next Space Rebels, and here in a few weeks, you'll probably hear me talking about it. I'll say that much right now. Speaking of late entries that have made quite the impact, and you weren't expecting it.
Oh yeah,
I wasn't expecting it.
There's a game out there. Have you heard of League of Legends? Either of you?
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
What do you know about jungling?
So
I played Pokemon Unite, so I know a lot about jungling.
Okay, fair enough.
So
Bobby, this game.
This is
Okay, none of us actually. Okay, this is not actually League
It's
of
not
Legends.
League of Legends.
None
No.
of us are
we're
playing
talking
League of
about
Legends.
we're
Let's
talking
make
about Ruin
that right
King.
out of the way.
Ruin King,
Ruined King,
which
right?
is 100% not League of Legends, but it is League of Legends lore.
It's 95% not League of Legends.
It has lanes in it, but it's turn-based.
So
instead of
none of us here in the show play
whatever
League of Legends.
a MOBA is.
Pokemon Unite is the closest we've gotten.
Yeah, watched people play Dota.
I played one round of Dota.
And technically, I went to a big league tournament because a friend had an extra ticket, and he's like, "You like video games? Why don't you go with me?" And I had no idea what was going on. They handed out light up bracelets. It was a Pokemon Go community day, and I caught a bunch of shiny Bagon instead of watching people cheer and play a video game in a big crowded arena.
Yeah, you did.
It was surreal.
So the name of this is actually excuse me, Ruin King, a League of Legends story. And Johnny, you're playing this as well, right?
I am. Yeah, I picked this up on the Switch. That's where I've been playing it.
Yeah, this thing is. So this is a turn-based RPG, and it is set. I don't know where in the story it goes with League of Legends.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I think that is irrelevant. I think that they're telling this is its own separate story that is
it's characters
expanding.
Right?
Yeah, it's characters from it's heroes from League that are your party members.
Yeah,
and it's in Bilgewater is the city that it's in, with it's like this pirate city.
This has some of the best animation I've seen in one of these games.
Yeah, it has an incredible art style, I think, from the 3D look of it to the visual novelization that they do. It looks so nice on that OLED screen on my Switch.
Oh, that's where you're playing it?
Mm-hmm.
Damn. That's pretty good spot to play it.
I've been playing it. Yeah, I mean, I've been finding excuses to get stuff on that thing since I got it, just because everything looks so sharp and crisp on it. But yeah, man,
and this has a pretty good pedigree, right? Like, what's the developer
reviews?
behind it?
Yeah, I mean, it was a surprise drop, so
reviews for it. The Battle Chaser games.
Yeah, and apparently it's very similar to that in terms of like the combat style and stuff. But yeah, like reviews for it just started coming out this week, and it's getting like I saw lots of 8s, 9s. It's people really praising it, saying it's one of, if not the best RPG that's come out this year.
So your characters, you have a party of. I currently have a party of 3. I don't know if it gets bigger than that.
Yeah, I think it does. But
I think I watched a review that said it gets up to 6.
Okay.
I think you only keep 3 in a party, but I think you get the option.
Yeah, it seems like there's only room for 3 people in your party on the battle screen at one time, so that makes sense.
You do have the option on each character, so there is a you're leveling up your character and you're getting attribute points that you can dump into skill trees that go into each one of their abilities, which you can access. Each character has 5 different gear slots, so they each have their own type of weapon they can use, armor, but then there's trinkets that you can equip. Those have varying degrees of rarity, so common, rare, uncommon, all that shit. Uses the color system there. Those things can be leveled up. It's got a really great shop mechanic where you can go into cities that have shops for different areas. There is a crafting option in it. So a lot of tinkering that you would expect from an RPG in that sense. You are leveling the characters up, but from an ability standpoint, when you talk about like a turn-based RPG, I think that they do some really clever things here that probably point towards League in a way that like I won't fully understand. So Johnny mentioned it earlier, but whenever it's your turn, you've got 3 choices to make that each have their own sub branches. So you have an ultimate branch, you have an immediate branch, and you have a lane branch. And within that, they've divvied up these different types of move sets. So like in the immediate branch, you can do like 3 things. So attack, you can block, and then sometimes like a heal or another build. And then there's everybody has like passive abilities that happen when you're in the dungeon, which is just the overworld. But then the lane stuff gets really interesting because you have your lane abilities, and they can be ranging from attacks to buffs to healing. But you can move those abilities into a speed lane, a normal lane, or a power lane. And this is all impacting things on the timeline which you're managing. And all the while, anytime you get into a battle, they do like a dice roll for some sort of attribute. So it could be poison gas, it could be an increased crit chance, and all that shit's going down based off where you're at in the timeline. So it's about moving your character into a spot where they're going to get a buff or avoid a debuff, and while you're trying to move other enemies into those or away from those as well. And they cost mana. So like if you move something to the speed branch, it's going to happen earlier in the timeline, but it's not going to have as much a power if you're doing an attack. But then they do things where it's like, hey, this enemy, if they die, they're going to release this attack on you unless you hit them with something from your speed lane. Then it completely removes that ability from them. So there's some really clever things that are happening beneath the surface here.
Or I've had ones where it's like they won't, I think they're like hidden and they don't become revealed until you land an attack that damages all the enemies. So there's like this. The combat's really good.
The combat's very good. Very.
There's
good.
a layer of strategy, and coming off of something like, say, Pokemon Brilliant Diamond, where I'm just basically one-hitting everyone I come into contact with. Having this where I'm like having to really flex my brain to find the best path to get through this combat scenario, because each character is a class. You have your tank, you have your heal, and your attack character, like your other like secondary attack character. And Yasuo, I think is his name.
Dude with the sword.
He's got one move. So he has this move I can do now that increases his crit chance by 15%. And he already has a higher crit chance normally. But then he has this attack that costs mana that attacks 4 times by default. But then if he lands a critical hit, it adds another attack. So it can be up to 8 hits.
And so stacks of this ability.
And I've been in a boss fight and I just like take away half of this dude's health.
Chase will go
with this one move.
If Chase would play this game, he would go crazy with this game. I'm telling you now.
Yeah,
it's really good. And
I bet I would. Like, I don't know, some of the ways you guys are describing it really interest me. I know I've talked about how I don't like active time battle systems, Final Fantasy style games, but I do really like timeline manipulation games, which is slightly different. I think about games like Tokyo Mirage Sessions has something like this. I think about Dragon Ball Fusions, that 3DS game that I weirdly love.
Yeah, that game's good.
And even like something else that came out this year, that Fuga Melodies of Steel deals with a lot of timeline stuff. And the idea that you can manipulate timelines and affect, you can interrupt enemies' attacks, you can push them back further on the timeline, which let your other characters maybe do their power move now that they have time to power up. And they can actually hit their power move and then take out an enemy before it was supposed to be their turn. So now they're just off the timeline completely. All that stuff is really interesting to me. And you guys, I know Bobby at least, he mentioned the word tinker. He knows how much I love to tinker. Mm-hmm. That's one of my that's one of my trigger words of like, oh shit, that's a game I might need to play.
So if you attune one of your characters in a certain way and you don't like it, you can move those skill slots around. Yeah, so if you're like, okay,
that's really nice too.
This build isn't doing it for me, I can go in, I can unassign all those points and reassign them in different ways.
And maybe they ease you into it. I think what kind of intimidates me a little bit is the idea of the lanes. When you're mentioning that, not only do you have these timelines that you're worried about, but you're also going in these different lanes, and then depending on the lane, you also have different things you can do within those lanes. That sounds really complex, maybe to a point of like, I don't know if I want to deal with some of this shit.
I don't know about you, Bobby, but I feel like they tutorialize all
They
the
do
new
a nice
mechanics
job.
they're introducing
They do a
really
nice
well.
job. Yep.
And they tell you like exactly how this is going to work. And I think you can even go back and view that stuff again, if I'm not mistaken.
There's a whole sub menu in the menu system.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, here's your combat handbook, essentially.
Yeah.
It's really
and
cool.
I think my biggest thing is I just don't give a shit about League. And
I don't either.
probably and the thing is, if I didn't know this was a game about League, I would probably find it really interesting. Just the idea, and I'm sure this is the exact opposite for most people who probably wouldn't play a game like this, but because it has League in the title, they'd give it a shot. That ain't me. The fact that it has League in the title gives me pause of like, oh, am I going to have to know about League concepts or these kinds of things? And it doesn't sound like I do.
No.
And I really just need to get over it and just forget that it's a League game and just play it like it's a normal IP list RPG.
And the characters, I like the characters. Like I think that they're all voice acted really well
written.
Yeah, and I don't know, like I don't really have a lot to complain about with this game.
Okay.
It's a game that like I did not want to pick up because of just everything going on with Game of the Year, and I'm like, fuck, this looks like it's going to be involved. But the last few days, that's all I want to play. It's like all
how much?
$30?
30 or 40? Yeah.
30.
Okay.
So the other thing to note,
this might be like a wait till it's on sale, wait till Game of the Year's out of the way thing for me. I know you guys sound pretty hype on it. Maybe it's something that comes up later this month, but realistically, I'm probably not going to play it.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's fair. They do have.
I shouldn't have bought this game, but I did anyway. So
I shouldn't have bought Dungeon Encounters.
Really quickly before I move away from it, there's I guess a Netflix series.
Arcane. I really want to watch that.
I hear good things about that.
I've heard it's
an anime. You know that, Bob?
Great.
I've heard that. Yeah.
So could you tell us what the anime is about, since you're so good at that? Maybe we'll say.
There are 4 games right now that are set in the League of Legends lore. That are like 2. I think 2 come out here in a few weeks or like a week. I think there's 2 that are out already.
It turns out Riot has a lot of money.
Yep.
Turns out they got a lot of money, and all these games are each in a different genre than what's supposed to be there. Oh my God, Jedi's here. But yeah, I think Ruin King, a League of Legends story, is so good. Please check it out. And with that, Johnny, I believe that we are passing this over to you to round us off here.
Yeah. So I've already said my piece on Brilliant Diamond and Rune King. I've still been playing a lot of Halo Infinite. I love that game. I'm so excited for the campaign.
We don't know when it comes out.
Yeah, we don't know. Maybe here in like
we
20
might
minutes.
We might learn later, but
what?
Yeah, we just don't know. It's a December preview, Johnny. Nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
Oh, right.
Video game until we tell them.
Right. Sorry.
Professionals.
Correct. Yes. Time will tell. So still a lot of Halo. I played another game called Exo One, which is really neat. It's on Game Pass.
Game Pass
and the
been fucking killing it the last few weeks.
Yep,
man.
crushing it.
Shit.
So the best way I can describe it is it's like Tiny Wings, but if it was 3D and you were a weird spaceship. So you are
Thumper meets Marble Madness
meets Tiny Wings.
Race the Sun. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. So in this game, you are controlling this orb, and if you hold the left trigger,
you ponder it.
You're pondering about
exactly.
this.
Exactly.
Yes.
You made me lose my train of thought here. The gravity of you increases. It's like you're in the spaceship that Goku's in when he's training to fight Frieza.
Oh, yes.
The gravity increases only tenfold. It's not as much as what Goku was.
Yeah, it's not the hyperbolic time chamber, but it's it'll do.
Anyway, so you fly down, you go down these hills, and as you come up, you pull the right trigger, I think, and you flatten out and you'll glide. And
you metamorphose your
yeah, yep. And then eventually you unlock a double jump, and it's just kind of going across this planet, and then eventually you leave and you go to another level, and it's very simple.
It's a game that shows really well in trailers.
Yeah,
like you look at it, you see it, and you go,
it's a looker.
Absolutely, I want to see this. My question for you, Johnny, is what the fuck is this game? Like, what is the game part of this game?
You're just controlling controlling this circle and traversing this planet, and I
know there's more to it than that.
You're working at the timing. Goals. Okay, so you're like, okay, if I hit the gravity now, I'll hit this hill at just the right angle. I'll go down. I'll build up enough speed for me to glide even further along on this map.
Are you doing that because you want to, or because there are objectives out there?
Like there's almost like
some structure to this game.
Yeah,
correct?
there's like a guy. What?
This is the ramp chase, but with alien spaceships.
There you go.
But there is something to it.
Yeah. So in this one course I played on, there was like a beam of light coming down from the sky. I was like, okay.
Courses. So there are levels. There are separate levels.
Guess I'll head here. Yeah, I think there's different environments and things that you play through. So you will reach
one big open world.
Right. Yeah, you will reach the end of a course. I played it for like 45 minutes once. So I haven't played anything beyond that. I don't think it's a very long game overall. I think you can get through it in a couple of hours.
It's only 3 or 4 from what I've seen.
Yeah, not
okay. Long. Yeah. Yeah, so, but it's really cool. I think if you have Game Pass, it's worth checking out. I have no idea what it costs. I can look that up real quick.
Okay. Well, while you do that, Bobby, I think you also played this, right? Because you and I were talking a little bit. Okay.
Yeah.
Bobby, you and I were talking about how, we were frustrated with something like Jet the Far Shore because, in motion it seems great. Like you're on the wide open seas, you're ducking and diving with your ship. That stuff seems great. And then you get to the parts where you have to make smaller movements, and that feels terrible. And it really ruins.
Chase, I believe what I told you was, hey, I found a game that seemingly solves all those problems that we had with Jet.
And then I seem to remember another conversation where all of your complaints about the game were the exact same complaints we had about Jet. So what happened?
This game feels real funny to me, man. It is unnatural because it's supposed to be, but some of my least favorite things about skating games is getting the momentum built up to do the tricks. I absolutely hate that. I like it when you have the speed and you're in the flow and you're hitting your tricks and that's continuing, but it's the moments when it stops that you have to get it to go back up. Like, this game feels incredibly good when things are good, but when things slow down,
it feels bad.
It feels really fucking bad.
Mm-hmm. It takes a minute to get your momentum back up.
It's so disruptive, and I think that's by design because the ship doesn't have any combustion or anything that propels it. It literally increases gravity. Like that's what its whole thing is.
It's a gravity propulsion engine because there's like a photograph of these astronauts that it plays when the game starts up. So I think it's alluding to, I think that you are in this gravity warp drive spaceship looking for these astronauts or something.
It's just not for me. The way it handled.
That's totally fine. Yeah.
And I like it a whole lot more.
Yeah. I played it just the one time, and it made a pretty positive impression on me. I have not gone back to it since then. The only other thing that I put any significant amount of time into, and I will not talk about this too long, I've been wanting to get the Dark Souls remaster on the Switch, and it finally went on sale.
It was on sale. I almost sent this to you.
And I bought it. And I am amazed at how well that game runs on the Switch. It's only hitting 30 FPS, but that's what it was when it first came out, if you're lucky. and I'm just having a great time with that.
And you didn't want to mod it to fix it because a bunch
I
of
did
shit
that
died
on
in the frame rate.
PC. I got that jank ass version of the first game that came out on Steam that the community had to fix. But this is just, again, I got the Switch OLED. I've been wanting to revisit some FromSoft game leading up to Elden Ring, and this is the one I went with. And
Togi is right there.
sorry,
The
that's not
Togi
FromSoft.
you can get on your Xbox
That's
now.
not FromSoft.
What are we doing? Yes, it is.
Chase, you got to save us from this. We cannot talk
Is
about Dark Souls.
Yes. Play some Armored Core. Play some
okay.
cookies and cream.
In the vein of what Elden Ring will be. And yeah, it's good.
How about you take it over, Chase, and get us away from Dark Souls and get us into November, where we can tell you about the games that we've been playing from that month.
It might not be called cookies and cream. What is it called? I wrote FromSoft cookie into Google, and it's giving me the best soft chocolate chip cookie recipes.
No.
It's like two names. What is it? What's it called? I know. I must know. It's a name with an ampersand in there. It's
ampersand.
Yeah, Johnny, please look it up for me. Help me out here.
Okay.
Yeah, it is the Adventures of Cookie and Cream. Not cookies. Cookie and Cream.
We did it.
I did it. Get out of here. Get out with this shit.
Oh, and congrats to Dark Souls for being voted the ultimate game of all time at the Golden Joystick Awards.
One, I don't know what that is, and two, gag me. Let's move on. It is time for our monthly preview. We do it every month. Go figure. And like Bobby said, we are in the final month of the year. There are no more months.
Yes.
So these are the last games that are coming out in 2021. This is it. These are all the video games, except there will probably be a few more announced at the Game Awards, and I assume probably some shadow drops. Anyway, we'll get to it.
Something Keely's been working on for 2 years, apparently.
It's had to be doing something, right?
It's Kojima.
Let's
Kojima.
Man.
Hey. Yes.
God damn it.
Sorry,
so
Chase.
as we always do with our monthly previews, we have to look back at the previous month first, see how right, or in Johnny's case, wrong we were. And so let's get to it. So I had on my previous month's picks, Unpacking. Feel really good about that one. Nice Old Republic. I haven't picked that up yet. I'm not going to pay full price for that right now, and I know exactly what that game is. I can
wish listed.
But I will absolutely get that on Switch at some point and have a great time with it because it's fucking KOTOR. It's not KOTOR 2, but it is KOTOR. I wrote Forza Horizon 5 when I have a Steam Deck, which
you're just
you guys
doing a disservice to yourself by not.
I know you guys. I watch you guys play that game, and I go, I would like to go to there. That'd be cool. And then Pokemon Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, we talked about. Bobby, you also had Unpacking.
Very good.
And you also had Forza Horizon 5, and you also had Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. You also had Icarus, and I don't remember what Icarus is. What
that come out?
It comes out in 2 days. It comes out on the 3rd, I believe. It was an early access game that was originally going to be in November. Now early December. It is arguably like one of the biggest BBEs this year. You have a space station that you live in. You get plotted down.
This game.
We played this, Johnny. That we played this.
We did. Yeah.
You go down to a planet to harvest stuff off of said planet. You're building structures on the planet. You're building weapons to hunt. This
sounds like 40 other video games you've played this year, Bobby. I don't.
But this one's called Icarus.
This is the guy that made Rust or DayZ. DayZ. I'm sorry, he made DayZ.
Oh, okay.
And,
I think you told me that.
This is his new. It's I think
interesting.
8 to 12 people can play together on a server, and you're trying to get resources on the planet to build ship, but the big thing is to get the main minerals up to your space station to make bigger things for space. So it's got a lot of promise. I've done a few of the open weekends on it, but it comes into early access now in December. But I thought it was November. This saves me from talking about it here in just a few minutes. So Icarus looks really fucking cool. I already own it. because if you bought it early, you got to do like a bunch of weekend beta stuff with it, and I've been doing that. So I can't wait to play more of it.
Cool.
Yeah.
And then we come to Johnny. Oh,
Hi.
Johnny. It started so well. You have Forza
Did.
Horizon 5.
Mm.
You had
Mhm.
Pokemon Brilliant Diamond,
Banger.
Shining Pearl.
Yeah.
He had Battlefield 2042. How you feeling about that choice there, buddy?
Dude, it's so sad. It's
Apparently,
so
though, they did put
depressing.
out a pretty big update that fixed some of the issues. Not all.
I
of them.
mean,
They're
I
committed to
guess
it. It'll
it's
be a
just-
good game here in a few weeks.
They've said there are going to be multiple big patches.
They'll fix it.
Okay. You want to know how I'm feeling about Battlefield 2042?
Playing
I
a lot of Halo Infinite. That's
own
that's
this
how you're
game.
feeling.
It is installed on my computer. I have not opened it.
That's probably
That's-
for the best, man.
you know,
Let them fix it.
The only way to beat Battlefield 2042 is not to play. That's what I've
I
heard.
played 2 matches of that beta, had a decent enough time, and then the game came out, and it, like it always does with Battlefield, it came in super fucking hot,
Yeah.
maybe hotter than usual.
Yeah.
And I think more importantly to you, Halo came out, and like
Yeah,
Halo is
and
leading-
Halo,
like,
other
you
than
love this. You're
Yeah.
really liking Halo.
Halo, I think,
Yeah.
is probably in Johnny's top 3, if I had to guess.
And the game's not even out yet.
it's
Crazy.
It doesn't have
Man.
to be. This game.
yeah.
could.
Aside from issues with progression
The game that
and
matters hasn't come out yet.
needing more playlist variety, yeah, Halo's
And they've changed the way XP gains
sure.
on
It did.
Halo.
Yep,
They're doing
that was
something
live
there,
yesterday.
but-
So I played earlier, and I leveled up twice in the
Well,
time that I spent with it. So
You know, Johnny. Everybody gets a stinker every once in a while. You know, at least you didn't make any other mistakes. So let's check the last game you have here. GTA Trilogy. Oh,
damn.
okay. Well,
Hang on,
I
you
feel
want
like
my
you made
impression of
3
GT?
mistakes right there.
I-
Trilogy,
I-
hang on a second.
Oh no, he's moving and getting bigger and bigger.
oh man, you know what that game did? It made me go out and find a cheat code for Vice
Hey,
City.
they did
For the
drop
old
today.
version.
Apparently, they squished over 100 bugs today. And-
Congratulations.
yeah, I don't know. Like,
There's not enough.
I don't
that they
give
can
a
do.
shit. I think it's
Rockstar.
fuck them for what they've done.
They're like the guy that drives the hot dog shaped car into the store. We're all trying to find the guy who did this. Like,
Hey,
Mhm.
I'll just say this
Motherfucker,
much: if this
you
was
knew-
Bethesda, people will be dancing in the streets. But because it's Rockstar,
If it was Bethesda, people would be hailing this as a game that came out relatively bug free.
you know,
Yeah.
I mean, I think that Rockstar put this out. They put out Red Dead Redemption 2.
amazing. One of the best games
just
of all time.
All
Problematic.
stinkers from Rockstar these
Stinkers
days.
across the board. Fucking garbage.
We've talked about it a lot. We don't need to belabor the point, but I
What a
will
letdown.
say it pains me as somebody who finds Grand Theft Auto Vice City to be a pretty formative game
Sure.
for me.
adore all of those games. They're very important to me. And to see what they let happen
Look how they
to
massacred
those.
my boy.
I know.
I guess I didn't even realize that there were mobile ports of these games. that
I own
looked
all of those
like
mobile
this.
ports.
So you're aware that these games already look like shit.
Yeah.
I mean,
They
you
came
didn't know
out-
that they would play as shitty as these.
Oh, dude,
but,
they came out on like iPhone 4 or something.
oh,
Like
they look so bad.
like they're not even recent mobile ports. They came out
Oh.
years ago.
All right, we got to move on. We also got to talk about the December's free games that are out there that you can go grab. So let's start with Xbox and their games with gold. We've got 4 options here. We've got the Escapist 2 from December 1st to December 31st.
I have
Tropico-
a serious question.
Yeah.
Has anyone ever actually played The Escapists?
I
Because the
haven't
only
played The
time I
Escapists.
ever see The Escapists is when they're given away for free on Games with Gold
fuck,
or
what
Epic's
was
Game
that?
Store.
They had one that
I
came out this
own-
year that's not the it's the same.
Every
people.
time I
own
hear about
all of
the
these
Escapist, I think they're talking about Prison Architect.
Which is the
and
same people,
they're
right?
not.
Same thing.
Is
No?
it the same people?
No.
I don't
Is
know.
it?
It's the
I
same
don't
kind of pixely looking dudes. I don't know.
Okay.
Escapist is about escaping prison.
Right.
Yes.
There
Not
was a
to-
game
not
that
to
came out
derail
on
the
Apple
I have no idea.
Arcade today. Not today. This year. That is same people. It's like an island. I played that one, but I haven't played the Escapist. No,
Okay.
I'll look that game up while y'all are talking.
Yeah, move on, Chase. Sorry to disrupt.
Tropico 5.
Has anybody
That's
played
December.
Tropico 5?
I feel like I would like Tropico.
I feel like Johnny would like Tropico. That's got BJE. Is that a thing we say?
I like Civ. I like those
BGs.
kind of games.
Johnny,
I would probably get
it's got BG energy.
Yeah, Johnny. Yeah.
Just
Can you
staying
talk
alive.
up here? You play Tropico 5? Get down and hate. All right, let's move on. Johnny, I think you'd probably enjoy Tropico from the games like the Crusader Kings, the Civs. It seems like a thing you'd like. Orcs Must Die. That's
Bobby.
an Xbox 360 game. Yeah, Bobby's incapacitated at the moment. That's December 1st to December 15th. I've never played Orcs Must Die. That's like a tower defense game, right? I believe.
Okay.
I think it's a tower.
That
defense.
sounds interesting.
It's like a 3D tower defense. It actually kind of reminds me a little bit of Trenched or Iron Brigade, as it's now called, but maybe a little bit more limited to a dungeon area and less kind of free form like Iron Brigade was. And then the last game, also an Xbox 360 game, but playable on your Xbox Ones or Xbox Series X's or S's, is Insanely Twisted Shadow Planet. And the name is familiar, but I do not remember anything about that game. I don't know.
Hot Topic playlist?
Maybe. That's December 16th to December 31st. Let's move on. PlayStation Plus games. We are getting... Oh boy. Godfall Challenger Edition.
I've been curious
PS4
about
and
this one.
PS5.
I've heard
Why are you curious about
nothing
this game,
but bad things about that game.
What has you curious?
It was one of the first, I think this was the game that had the first PS5 moniker on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's right.
One of. Yeah, if you didn't want to play Demon's Souls.
Hey, we're making a PS5 game.
I don't know. I guess maybe I'm just wrapped up in the fact that there wasn't a whole lot at the time that came out for that system. And so I was...
What a terrible name.
Maybe it's that Gearbox has had such a great reputation lately that obviously whatever their newest game was, it's gonna be great.
I've never paid for this game, but I think maybe I'll see what this is all about.
You'll continue to not have to pay for this game if you get it on PS Plus.
Absolutely.
The only thing I really know about Godfall is they tried to get a bunch of Destiny influencers, YouTubers, to play this game to get hype on it. So they spent a bunch of money to get sponsored content stuff, and people played it for like a week and was like, "Oh, guys, the builds are so good in this game." And then a week later, they're like, "Yeah, fuck that game. We're all playing Destiny again."
Oh, so it's just like whenever there's a content update for Destiny, same thing.
Man, those people like their Destiny. I'm excited for the new Destiny stuff. Destiny 30, you've got that, right? The anniversary stuff that's coming out next week. We're going to get our Gallarhorns together.
Is that next week?
I'm almost... Yeah.
I haven't pre-ordered the stuff that comes out in February.
Well, no, not the February stuff, but the stuff that comes out next week. You've paid for that. Pretty sure you paid for that.
Is that part of the season pass?
No, it's specifically not part of the season pass. You had to pay.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I haven't paid for it.
Thanks, Bungie. Very cool.
I thought you did. They have reasons. It's not the worst reasons in the world. Never mind. Let's keep moving on. Mortal Shell for PS4. This game also recently came out to Game Pass. Yeah, Johnny would think this is fun because it looks like a fucking Dark Souls game.
They made a Dark Souls.
Yeah,
I played some of it a couple days ago.
He didn't finish it.
No, he walked away from it. He didn't praise the sun hard enough.
I didn't.
But this one's interesting in that you're kind of like a spirit and you embody the shells, which are the classes, and you can kind of jump into these different classes.
And you can the gimmick with this one is instead of like blocking with the shield, you can turn to stone at any time. So you can be in the middle of it, like an animation, and turn to stone, and it adds an interesting.
Tanuki suit.
Exactly.
There you go.
They added the Tanuki suit to Dark Souls, and that's
you got some Tanuki in your Dark Souls.
Yeah. And didn't they make? So this is the PS4. Didn't they make like a big PS5 update version too that had?
I think so.
Like a lot of new content, a lot of new visuals and stuff.
I've only played it on PC.
Okay. Oh, PC.
Ooh.
And then lastly, Lego DC Supervillains for PS4. The
Yay.
Legos talk. I don't know.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I'm not a big fan of Legos talking, but I get it. I mean, I've seen the Lego movie. It's fine now, I guess. The Legos can talk.
Sells.
Bobby, I usually throw it over to you to Game Pass. I think we can just kind of cover it real quick here. Really, the only thing that matters is tomorrow we're getting Lawn Mowing Simulator.
Yes.
So
Finally.
What else could you possibly want?
I can.
And that's important point of order though. It's only for Xbox Series X and S. Xbox One people do not get this game.
Oh, can I role play as Forrest Gump when he's mowing all those lawns?
That is the DLC you get with it.
That's not true.
Here's the thing, Chase.
I almost believed you.
These games are actually out right now on Game Pass. So anything that says 12.2, they did an early launch for. So these are available to download right now.
Okay. Well then, screw the dates. I'm just going to say them all because stuff will come out when it comes out. Lawn Mowing Simulator, Final Fantasy 13-2, Stardew Valley, Halo Infinite. Now that one didn't come out early. That's going to be December 8th. Now you guys know. Now everybody knows Halo Infinite actually comes out December 8th. We can talk about it. Bobby's new favorite anime, One Piece Pirate Warriors 4.
Yeah.
Bobby recently told us all what One Piece was. So I know he's really excited to get back and be in that world.
They spelled it wrong here, though.
Aliens. Yeah, right. Yeah, they did spell it wrong for your weird interpretation. Aliens Fireteam Elite. Among Us. Hey, have you guys heard about that game?
Which was already on Game Pass on PC.
Yeah, but now it's on Xbox Game Pass, I guess.
That game's
still and then...
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you just don't hear about it. But it's definitely there. And then the Gunk, which we'll talk about a little bit later.
Chase, a few other things just to note here.
I feel in the Gunk.
Anvil, that is in early access, that is dropping. Isometric co-op. Looks all right. And then the Warhammer mech one.
Battle Sector?
Yeah, that dropped. And then we're getting a game called Space Warlord Organ Trading Simulator. Chase, you got to look up. You got to look this game up. It looks fucking awesome.
Actually, are we going to end up doing a quick look at this?
Just look this game up while we're talking. It looks so fucking cool.
Space Warlord.
That comes out. I don't know the date on that one, but that's dropping on cloud, console, and PC. Archvale is another one. Johnny, that might be more your tempo.
Which one?
It's called Archvale. I think that one's kind of a roguelite. I think. Is
this just an Oregon Trail?
Kind of.
Is that the joke?
Think.
No, right?
It's got to look to it. It's got to look to it for sure.
This looks like some specific era of PC games.
Yep.
It's got like a Fallout 1 look to it, where it's like it's got enough dithering on the pixels. You know what? That's okay. That's interesting. I want to see more of that. Anyway, we got to run through some of this shit. So let's go.
Are we going to switch over to? Is this the actual monthly preview? Right? Is that what
the actual monthly preview? It is time to preview the month of December for real. For real. First up, you see it there on screen. Fights in Tight Spaces.
Hell fucking yeah!
Coming out tomorrow, or if you're on the East Coast, right fucking now, which probably means everywhere. It's probably out right now.
I don't know. I don't know how they're doing it. I think that they're doing a weird.
Oh, is it like in sometime in the morning? Okay,
it
comes out the second. It doesn't matter. It comes out the second. If you're listening to this on Friday, it's out fucking now. It's okay. Fights in Tight Spaces is out for PC, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X and S. We love this game. We're so excited. We've been playing this game in early access. Bobby and I recorded a quick look that should be coming out
Thursday morning.
soon and or now, depending on when you are listening to this. Yeah, Fighting Type Space is a great game. Next up is Solar Ash, also coming out on 12/2 tomorrow, today, yesterday, depending on when
This
you're
is
listening.
the same people who made Hyper Light Drifter, right?
Yep.
Yes, this is Heart Machine. So they've transitioned from their 2D top-down stuff to 3D with Solar Ash. This game has been delayed a number of times. I think it's been on my top picks a couple different times this year.
Yeah.
But now it's really happening. They've put out the tweets. It's coming out. I'm really looking forward to this one. PC, PS4, PS5. I just really want to play it. It just looks like it plays smooth. It looks like I get the same kind of vibes that you guys got out of Exo One, where just the way that they're using momentum and the movement looks really cool.
Every time I see this game, it looks
Do you think this
so
is
fluid
in any way
and
related
fun.
to Hyper Light?
No, Hyperlight was definitely based on a world. They say this game is based inside a black hole, so I guess it could be in a similar universe or the same universe. But I have a feeling that
I'm getting
pretty far from anything that's happening.
Pathless vibes from this.
I could see that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. A lot of movement stuff, a lot of smoothness.
Yeah.
I can see that. I'm really excited for Solar Ash. Gonna definitely be picking that one up and playing that one real soon. On Friday, 12/3, we're getting Big Brain Academy Brain versus Brain for the Nintendo Switch. I don't know if you guys have watched television or watched YouTube at all, but if you have, you've probably seen Neil Patrick Harris's face and his family's faces, as the commercials for this game have been all over the damn place. Nintendo is pushing this one hard. Yeah, they're in a commercial for it.
Oh.
Like his kids are playing it on the couch, and he comes in with his partner, and they play with him a little bit, and the kids beat him at the smart game, so he ends up playing it on his own at his rooftop parties, and then he comes back and he kicks his kids' asses. And
is this just new Brain Age?
Yeah. It's a new brain. It's a new brainy.
Are you going to play this with your son, Johnny?
No.
But the way I've always described it is it's educational WarioWare, which that has its place. Seems neat.
Jude does use the phrase "big brain time" on a regular basis, so
probably not referring to this though.
Your son,
he doesn't have YouTube.
Oh, he doesn't.
No.
Your son's a walking algorithm for YouTube.
He watches YouTube Kids sometimes, but he has not had YouTube access for quite some time.
Naive, sweet man. Your kid's teabagged and dagged enough to know. I know that he's got fucking YouTube.
No, he doesn't.
Johnny works in IT, and I'm still pretty sure that his kid has found ways of.
He does not.
Undermining
it is
encryption.
Blocked on his devices.
That's what you see.
No, I know. I set up the rules.
Market 0.
Okay, let's move on to some big Bobby energy. Also on 12/3 Friday, Chorus coming out for basically everything: PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, even something called a Stadia, which I'm not familiar with, but not coming to Switch.
Now, there's a name I've not heard in a long time.
Yeah,
I do feel a little bad. Because,
this is just Everspace.
Bobby, what is?
I think that
I looked at this game and went, "Wait a minute! Bobby's played this game 4 times this year."
I know, and it's one of those things. It's like it's like Dante's Peak in Inferno. It's
Robots versus Transformers.
So, friend of the show, Jeff Baclar has been playing this, and
great friend in Jeff Baclar.
He is saying some very good things about this. I'm very excited to check it out.
So when I watched the trailer putting together this preview, the one thing I saw that really impressed me, because what you're seeing right now, this seems like Everspace. Like, I'm not seeing anything that looks different from what Bobby has played before. But there's a part, maybe Bobby, you can skip into it a little bit, but there's a part where the ship goes inside one of the bases, and there are a lot of indoor environments. There's a lot of flying around the indoors.
You have that in Everspace too.
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're
it just
exploring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. Maybe it looks better
it's
here.
Literally, I won't know for certain. I mean, I'm buying this game day and date just because I like this
No
shit.
shit.
But holy shit, like this is fucking Everspace. And that's not a bad thing.
But
if you're gonna,
you have Everspace.
Everspace, great game.
I'm from what I've heard, right? What I've heard from people who've played it, there's some really cool story shit going on. Like it's apparently got a very solid story. And
okay.
So
here's the deal, Bobby. You're gonna play this game.
Yeah.
And you're gonna tell me which one is better. What's the better Everspace? And that's the one I'll give a try.
Hey, here's what I'll say right now. I as somebody who can confidently say this on December 1st, 2021.
Yeah.
If Everspace 2 was out this year, it would be in my top 3 games easily.
Okay. Well, Chorus is out this year, so we'll see.
Is out this year. That's what I'm getting at. Like we'll see.
Okay.
I mean, this is wild. It's wild to watch because this just looks like Everspace.
It's crazy that somebody made the exact same game as Everspace.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, what? But
do you know who made this, by the way, Chase?
I don't.
I'll look that up.
I can look it up.
Thanks,
Okay,
Johnny. Because Johnny, if you can find out who made it, find out how big they are. Because I think Rockfish, who makes Everspace, like that's the only shit they make is just Everspace 1 and 2. So I'd be curious if this is another small team making this game.
It's Fish Labs.
Are you kidding me? Fish Labs and Rockfish
They made the Switch ports of Saints Row 3 and 4. And it looks like they have mainly just done a lot of ports of games.
They ported Everspace into their own game. I got it.
So this might be their first original IP. Just looking at the list of things that they've worked on, and they've all been mobile stuff except for the Switch versions of those Saint Row games and Manticore Galaxy on Fire, whatever that is.
Okay.
So, cool. Good for them. That's awesome.
Moving on to next Tuesday, which is a pretty stacked day. Lots of games coming out. We've got the Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker expansion for the MMO coming out to PC. PS4,
remember
PS5.
when we all played that game together and got way into it?
No, I don't remember you guys playing that game at all. We went by that quickly.
Did you see?
I remember buying that game because my friends were playing it. No.
Apparently, there's just a wild surge of people about to come out to play this, and I don't think this is like anything like, oh, fuck them for doing it. Like I think it's wise, but paying, like there's a certain paid tier of customer that will be prioritized on launch day to get into the servers now. From what I was reading earlier,
that makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean that shit happens. The way these things launch, it's always a shit show.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Give some priority to the people who are paying. Yeah, that makes sense to me.
I don't have time for Endwalker. I'm too busy literally winning the mobile Final Fantasy Battle Royale game that is a prequel.
Why didn't you talk about that in the in your played games this week? That's one I actually wanted to hear about.
Because I might take on it.
We'll hear about it later.
We might do a quick look at that. Who knows?
Okay. Also on 12/7, I don't have it listed here, so Bobby, don't play the next thing. But it's that's when the Bungie 30th anniversary Destiny 2 pack comes out. Has a new dungeon with it. Has the Gallarhorn exotic coming back. I'll probably be playing some of that, I'm sure. Also on next Tuesday, Life is Strange: True Colors is getting ported to the Nintendo Switch. That originally came out in September, but now it's coming out to Switch. I'll say the same thing I say every time.
I would like to play those games.
Yep.
I want to see the baby.
I would like to play. Yeah, I would like to play the second game, of which I have purchased and have not played a single chapter of. They still seem pretty good. Also on the 7th, Gang Beasts coming to the Nintendo Switch.
Gang Beasts is fun.
It is
Gang
fun.
Beasts is fun. It originally came to the PC in 2017. I know it's on PlayStation. I know it's on Xbox because it's published by Double Fine / owned now by Microsoft. Gang Beasts, fucking cool.
It's
Fucking
fucking
cool
cool,
video
man.
game.
It's a good.
It's
I
a lot
played
of
on
fun.
PS4. I'd love. I'm this. You know what? We should do this on a Friday night. We should fucking play some.
That'd
Gang
be fun.
Beasts.
I'd love to. I don't think I actually own that game, but I'd be happy to own it on the Switch. Be fine by me.
Yeah, that's something we should check out.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I played Gang Beasts at a PAX and had a really good time with it.
Oh yeah.
Also on the 7th, White Shadows is coming to PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X. I
game's
think this is a
fucking
pretty cool looking puzzle platformer. Like you look at it, and the first thing I think of is Inside.
Mhm.
And since it's black and white, it makes me think of Limbo as well. But this is it seems like kind of one of those. It's a puzzle platformer thing, and it just seems like it does
missed
some
the
really
demo
cool thing with
window on
lighting.
this a couple times, and I've always been super pissed because I've had it on my wish list, and I thought if the demo came out, I'd get an email, and you don't. But I love the look of this game and the tone it's going for. I will probably be picking this up when it comes out.
Yeah, this is
Cool.
a very
Yeah. Let me know what you think of it, because
cool style.
I'm pretty into what I'm seeing as well.
Yep.
And then lastly on the 7th, Wolf Stride is coming to PC. Bobby, I think you put this in here, right? This is the game that we've looked at before from the Steam
Next
Fest or Steam, whatever the fuck.
Yep. It's cool.
What's Wolf Stride?
I think we did a quick look of this, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think it was one of our, hey, it's the Steam Next Fest, let's look at a bunch of games.
Yeah, it's got a really cool cast of characters. The mechs in this game are massive, like a couple stories tall, and you have a group that are mechanics that are working on those games, are working on those mechs. So you've kind of got this whole little subplot that you're playing through outside of the battle, but it is a turn-based game where you are damaging and destroying in like a wrestling or a boxing match another giant mech. It's got a ton of style, heavy anime influences. Really
It's kind of a card game. Are those cards at the bottom, or are those just abilities?
It's dealing with abilities and like, you're managing some points. There is a really cool upgrade path in the game for adding things to it. You can also acquire the mechs that you defeat, so you can do some shit with that. I think it's a neat game. I think even if it was just the style without the substance, there'd be enough style to carry, because it's got that for days, but there seems to be a little substance with it as well.
It's just big into anime these days, so the style makes perfect sense. Yep, totally.
Yeah, Wolf Stride, pretty cool.
Then it doesn't look like anything comes out on the 8th, so we'll just move on to the 9th. No, I suppose we should talk about the thing.
Shut your mouth.
The Halo comes out.
The Halo
Infinite. Finally, the real game comes out. This multiplayer bullshit, we can put that over to the side, and we can get to what really matters: campaign.
I'm really excited for this campaign. The more I hear about it, the more I've seen stuff for it. It looks like they've done something really impressive with the campaign.
I'm super excited.
Or have they just made Far Cry?
I mean, you're not going to upset me with those comparisons.
You know what? They probably made the best Far Cry game out there.
Yeah,
I'm into it.
I'm so in. I can't wait to get my hands on this.
I can't wait, specifically until I get a Steam Deck, but I'll probably end it.
We did talk about, we're going to stream this at some point. We can't do the co-op campaign, of course, but we'll probably show off a little bit of the campaign with either Johnny driving or me.
Maybe we can do Forge stuff,
Can't do that either.
Can't do that yet either.
We can go in and do some of the multiplayer, which we will do after playing some of the campaign on that stream. So keep an eye out, because that'll be happening here in a couple of weeks.
Can you? I seem to remember the last time you guys tried to play, it didn't go so well.
Well, no, we did play Halo.
Oh, you played Halo because you couldn't get Forza to work? I can't remember. Hitman to work. Okay, that was it. Totally.
Agent 47 sabotaged me.
Yeah, well. On the 9th, Loop Hero is coming to Nintendo Switch.
That's a good video game.
Hey, we like Loop Hero around here. Bobby and I just played Loop Hero on a recent Casual Monday.
I don't know what this is going to be like on the Switch, man. I'm not trying.
I don't know if this is the best version of it, but I do like Loop Hero. And if you haven't played it on PC and only have a Switch,
you should play it.
Choice.
Yeah,
you should get it. It's a fun game.
I like that game a whole lot.
Also on the 9th, as you're playing Loop Hero, you can watch the Game Awards, which we talked about. I don't know. Something will probably shake out there.
Yeah.
That is a good place for some new video game news. I still think something will shadow drop. I'm sure they've got something up their sleeves that, hey, it's out now or it's out tomorrow.
Kojima Dungeon. You're just trying to date Kojima as Keeley.
Sure.
Monster Energy Piss.
Sting will be there. Not the wrestler. Singer.
Watching you.
Yes, always. I don't know why Sting is. I mean, he's going to sing a song. Sting is going to sing at the Game Awards, and I don't know why.
What if Sting came out as Sting?
What?
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 What if Sting came out with a baseball bat, a black trench coat?
Oh, okay. What if wrestler Sting came out?
No, other way around.
Oh, what if Sting the singer came out
as Sting the wrestler?
Okay, I like that. That's good. It's good. Okay, I can see that. Yeah, Game Awards. I don't know. I'll probably end up watching them. They're fine. I'll get angry at what they pick for their games.
Naturally,
that's what you do. Also on the 9th, we are getting Monster Rancher 1 and 2 DX for PC, Switch, and iOS. Bobby, I know you're a big Monster Rancher fan, so I'll let you take this one.
Yeah, this looks honestly doesn't look terrible.
I'm surprised to hear that from you. Yeah, Monster Rancher. These were PS1 games, and the specific gimmick with Monster Rancher, Johnny, you hinting that you know what it is?
I was just gonna say I've always been curious about these games.
Yeah, same
never
here.
played them.
The gimmick with these games is that you'd put in your CDs, and it would read your CDs, and you would get monsters from your CDs. It was very similar to like the grocery store scanning monster stuff that you'd get.
Oh man,
yeah, mm-hmm.
That was a thing.
That was a hell of a thing. But yeah, so I never played these games. I never had a PS1 growing up. I did watch a little bit of the Monster Rancher anime, which is not good. There's much better animes out there. But it did endear me to some of the characters. I really like the golem looking guy that you see in the bottom left there. I like that horned wolf that you see in the bottom right. I think Suezo, the weird yellow eyeball thing, is creepy as fuck. But there does seem to be some kind of cool stuff in there. I want to see what these games are before I jump into these deluxe remake DX versions. But I am gonna keep an eye on it because I think those games might be kind of interesting. Even just as like a preservationist, what the fuck were these games? I just want to know.
Yeah.
On the 13th, we're getting Shovel Knight Pocket Dungeon for PC, Switch, and PS4.
Looks fun.
This is the puzzle game one. I'm trying to think of what puzzle game does this remind me of. Like you're breaking blocks like it's kind of like a puzzle fighter.
Mm-hmm. I got some Mean Bean Machine vibes from it.
It's not on mobile, right?
But not.
What did I say?
I think it's eventually coming to mobile, isn't it?
It might eventually come. Right now, it's just PC, Switch, and PS4.
You know what?
13th.
I'll grab this for my Switch. I've got the other ones there. I like Yacht Club quite a bit, and I like Shovel Knight quite a bit. I'm gonna check this out.
I think did they say this is the last Shovel Knight thing they're gonna do for a while?
Yep. Mm-hmm. This got pushed back. Okay. I think that the last few that they've done have got some delays on them, but this one's been talked about for a while.
Yeah.
Bit of a delay to it.
I don't know. Seems cool. It actually seems like it might. I can't tell if it's going stuff on beat. Like it almost reminds me a little bit of like a
Cadence.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I was thinking about the game.
Crypt of the Necrodancer.
Yeah, Crypt of the Necrodancer. Like maybe it's just the way he moves. It looks like he's moving on beat.
It does
to
look
me.
that way.
It seems neat. Yeah, I would like to give that one a shot. On the 16th, I know we're all excited. We're big FNAF fans
Only
here.
FNAFs.
Only FNAFs. Yes, Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach coming to PC, PS4, and PS5. Oh fuck.
Yep.
What do you? It's one of those.
Yep.
Also on the 16th, something I'm much more excited about is The Gunk.
The Gunk.
The Gunk is coming to PC, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X. This
And
is
Game
made
Pass.
by... And Game Pass, yes, of course. This is made by your friends and mine, the people, the good, fine people at Image and Form, makers of one of the best games of all time, SteamWorld Heist, makers of also extremely very good games, SteamWorld Dig and SteamWorld Dig 2, makers of OK Games, SteamWorld Quest. Image and Form does really cool stuff. I think they're really innovative.
Drastically different than the other stuff here.
Definitely. They have made pretty strictly 2D games, and this is not that. This is full 3D. This is not stylized cartoon stuff. This game has a real look to it. I'm pretty jazzed about everything the Gunk has to offer, and it makes me sad that I don't want to play games on my Xbox One, so I'll have to wait until that old Steam Deck comes out. But
yeah,
man, I want to play the Gunk.
The
I want to play
Gunk.
the Gunk real bad. And then lastly, on 12/16, we've got record of Lodos War, Deed Lit in Wonder Labyrinth. You guys need me to repeat that for you? You guys catch all that?
Who names
think
this
so.
shit?
I should have had Bobby say the name. He would have done a much better job.
Record
It's coming
of
to
Lodos.
Nintendo Switch, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X. This came out to PC in March. Despite the name, I think this looks like a really competent Metroidvania game. I know I don't like those games, but I know other people do, and this seems like a pretty good one, maybe.
Could be.
I don't know. Seems
Could
all
be.
right.
Could be all right.
Could be. So that's really it for what I have from the list, but being that it is December, there are a number of games that have not gotten release dates that are just kind of unscheduled, to be determined. Some stuff we know is getting pushed, but other stuff just says maybe it'll be out this month sometime. So I'll just run down those real quickly. I don't think we have got videos for these, but Outer Wilds is coming to Nintendo Switch sometime this month. I don't know if that includes the DLC or not. Johnny Amazich's Game of the Year 2021, Hello Neighbor 2.
Before we got there, I was just trying to decide which joke was going to come out of your mouth, and I was right.
Did you guess right? Yeah,
I did.
Right. PC, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X. We all know Johnny's pretty excited. Can't wait for the quick look on that one. Ollie World, PC, Switch, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X. It says it's coming out this month. I have not seen anybody talk about that. Ollie is a pretty cool series, and this one seems like it's doing some interesting new stuff. And then this one is certainly not coming out this month, but it is, they say it's still happening.
I thought this got pushed to 2022, but
I'm pretty sure I don't think it has officially, but anytime anybody says like, "Hey, is that game canceled?" They say, "No, man, we're working on it." Okay, whatever you say. So
I'm very interested in playing this.
As am I. I never played the original System Shock or System Shock 2.
I know, and obviously, BioShock derives a lot of things from it.
Definitely, it's a venerated franchise. I'd like to know more about. Oh, what's his name? What's the computer program's name? It's like it's not Shazam, but it's something weird. It's something
Shazam!
Yeah, of course, everybody knows Shazam. Shows. I don't know. Johnny, please look it up for me. That game will eventually come out to PC, Mac, and Linux, and PS4 and Xbox One. But it is an Unreal 4 remake of that 1994 classic.
Yeah.
Johnny, what's the name?
I'm trying to find it. Shodan.
It's the gunk.
Shodan. See, I'm close.
The gunk.
The gunk.
I know we've been running long. Let's try to get through this. My monthly picks for December: Solar Ash, the Gunk, win, and if I can play it. And I think that chorus game looks pretty good. I mean, it's up to Bobby. It's up to Bobby whether I play that one or not. But I think it looks pretty good. Bobby, what do you got?
For me, I picked Chorus, the Gunk, and Wolfstride. Those are three that I'm very excited about. And
Johnny, what do you got?
Halo Infinite, baby. And the
You're already
Gunk.
playing that game.
And so Halo Infinite campaign. Sorry. The Gunk and Solar Ash.
Nice.
But
very good things.
Chorus looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Is that? I'm gonna look that up while we're chatting here a little bit. I think it's $30. Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
So let's talk about the upcoming shit we got going on here as we start to wrap up our show tonight. Chase, first and foremost, thank you so much for putting this all together. Greatly appreciate everything that you always do for us. These are some of my favorite things that we do. I think they're a lot of fun to check out and see what's happening there.
They're a pain in the ass to put together, but when we're actually doing them, I'm having a great time.
Yeah. Chorus is $40, by the way.
Okay. Still not bad.
Still not bad. So this week, Monday night, you and I got together. We were focusing our Monday night streams and our Friday night streams, which you can see below. We stream on twitch.tv/casual hour Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 10:30 p.m. Central. Mondays are casual Mondays. We typically focus on turn-based deck building games, more strategy-focused games. But we've been playing games that we think are going to be meaningful for our end of the year, game of the year content. And we played...
Revisiting a lot of our favorites, wanting to kind of see if they still hold up.
Yeah,
over the course of the year.
We're doing the same thing for our Friday night Let's Play games that we've been doing. So usually it's Chase and I on Mondays, and on Fridays it's Johnny and I, but sometimes Chase and Patrick join up there. This past Monday we played Unpacking. You can go and watch that video on demand right now. It's also going to be on our YouTube channel. Tuesday we did put a quick look up of Animal Crossing's 2.0 update and that DLC that they've got. So that's over on youtube.com/casual hour. If you want to follow along with all that fun stuff, you can do so by going to the links in chat as I type them. There they are. We also recorded our December preview tonight that you just tuned in for. Tomorrow morning, we're going to be celebrating that 1.0 launch of one of our favorite games, which is Fights in Tight Spaces. Please go leave a review, add it to your wish list over on Steam, but also check out some of the stuff we've been doing with it. And then Friday night...
Sad. I don't get to celebrate. It's not
yeah. We've been playing the 1.0 here. We got a little preview of it, and it's really slick. That game's awesome. Our quick look that goes up will have that information in it already. And then come back right here to Twitch Friday night, where Johnny and I will be playing some Forza Horizon 5. Chase might be hanging out with us in the party chat.
Another game I feel like I can't play, so I'm happy to jump over there and watch you guys, and maybe be in the chat, or maybe be on the call. We'll see.
Yeah, so we'll be playing that 10:30 p.m. Central over on Twitch. Chase, you had teased at the beginning of the episode your new series with Johnny, but why don't you remind everybody what's going on there and where they can find you?
Sure. Chase and Johnny's excellent Pokemon Nuzlocke adventure. Part 1 is out. Johnny and I are figuring out a time to record the second part. We are going through a Nuzlocke run of Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. I think we're playing Shining Pearl, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're playing Shining Pearl version. Neither of us have done a Nuzlocke before. Johnny's never played Diamond and Pearl before. It's interesting. We're having a good time with that. That's I was also surprised by that. But we are doing that on my YouTube channel at ChaseK Plays on YouTube. Find us there. Watch that series as it happens. It's a good time. And as for Gamers on the Go, that's another podcast I do about handheld video games. We've kind of been on a bit of a hiatus, knowing that Game of the Year stuff for Casual Hour has been kind of taking up more of that time. I don't know if I'm going to do a Game of the Year episode, or I don't think I'm I have no idea if I'm going to do a Game of the Year episode for Gamers on the Go or not. If I do, that'll probably happen in January. I'll just wait for the new year to cross over. We'll see. We'll see. But you can find old episodes of that. I know Bobby and I mentioned Pokemon X and Y earlier in the show. Bobby and I did a podcast on that.
Yes.
Find that at GamersOnTheGo.com.
Awesome. Johnny, you have a young son who seemingly loves me.
Doesn't watch YouTube, that's for sure.
I asked him when he was texting me earlier this week, what new games have you been playing? What do you think he said?
And Roblox,
Minecraft.
Right.
And
that brand new game, Minecraft.
Yep. Hey, the Casey Cliff update 2 just came out. So
have you been playing anything with your son outside of games? Any board games, books, etc. with Jude?
Yeah, I've still been reading Harry Potter to him every night before he goes to bed. We're to the very end of Prisoner of Azkaban.
Ooh, my favorite.
We tend to watch a lot of movies together, and play Pokemon cards occasionally.
What's the last movie you watched?
He had a bad day, and he wanted to watch the original Iron Man because I think Iron Man and Spider-Man are his 2 favorites. So we watched Iron Man, and that was good.
It's a fine film.
Yeah, kicked off the whole MCU.
Yeah, it destroyed movie making as we know it, but at the time, pretty good movie. Jeff Bridges, can't go wrong.
Yeah, great.
Well, that's fun. I'm glad that
sometimes there's a man.
And then they went very wrong with Iron Man 2, and then they went still pretty wrong with Iron Man 3.
Yeah. Well, that's good to hear. Listen, we're going to be back Friday, as we talked about. Tune in tomorrow on our YouTube channel, 9 a.m. Central, to check out that quick look of Fights and Tight Spaces 1.0 launch, and then go and download that game. We will be back Friday night with some Forza Horizon 5. Chase, Johnny, thank you both. This has been a lot of fun. Everybody play something new. Be safe. Like, subscribe where you can, and we'll talk to you all very soon. Take care.
Bye.